It's a pleasure to be here this morning to present the work that we have developed inside the Urban Agenda Partnership for European Union on Circular Economy, work about pay-as-you-throw. This work is a part of an action on incentives to circular economy in waste management. Obviously, the most important incentives are, for example, VAT or EPR. But we have focused on pay-as-you-throw because, firstly, the other two were already analyzed and defined by many studies from other institutions. But above all, because they don't involve a city level, that was the perspective of the Urban Agenda Partnership. So we worked on pay-as-you-throw, and we see that to use economic instruments like pay-as-you-throw is recognized by both EU Commission and cities all over Europe to support the systems of source separation and better resource management of waste. The problem that we have seen is that this scheme, even if it's really effective and positive to reach these objectives, it's not so widespread all around Europe. Therefore, we wanted to check why this is happening and which are the obstacles to set the system of pay-as-you-throw in the right way to work. So we have defined a kit of instruments, a toolkit that could help city to implement pay-as-you-throw systems by looking at other experience in Europe, what they have done, which difficulties they have faced up, and so on. The group that has worked on this publication is led by the city of Prato and formed by all the experts of Operate Foundation. Today, I don't want to go in details of the toolkit because there is no enough time, but if you want, you can download freely the publication from Operate Foundation website. So I will give you only some flash about this publication and above all explain our proposal about an advanced model of pay-as-you-throw. As I said, pay-as-you-throw was considered the most effective option for source separation and an essential first step to produce clean waste streams. So by offering door-to-door collection and electronically tracking rubbish and recycling citywide, this scheme could increase recycling by relevant percentage. Pay-as-you-throw system so rewards people and business who separate rubbish and penalizes those who do not, of course. If you want, we can have a quick look to the toolkit content that is composed by all elements necessary to implement a pay-as-you-throw scheme. So, as you can see, we can find regulatory, technical, IT, and of course communication sheets with all detailed guidelines. We have analyzed many different ways to apply pay-as-you-throw, and we have tried to define the minimum conditions and the best practice to design a model to start this method in a city and that fits in every situation. The application proposal aims to offer an adequate balance between operational detail and the possibility of adapting to different contexts, as may be found in various member states, of course, ensuring compliance. This is an important point, with the polluters pays principle. In this way, each European city will be able to identify the pay-as-you-throw systems that best suits in its territory, knowing in advance the advantages and disadvantages of every feasible solution. Of course, also technology is very important, but I want to one important thing, that it's relevant that using appropriate technology for pay-as-you-throw could be also an opportunity to apply smart city approach to urban waste management. Going to the models, as I said, we have tried to design some models, three models. The most applied is the minimum model. This model, in this model, municipalities measure only mixed waste produced by user. This method is the simplest one, of course, but it could reach only the objective to reduce mixed waste. So we have considered a best practice model where also other waste streams are measured, 1, 2, or more waste streams. Applying this model, we can not only reduce the quantity of waste produced, but also we can increase the level of waste separation. But of course, this is a preferred method. But we wanted to propose something more, a more advanced model, based this one on CO2 production from waste. Therefore, we could exactly measure the real impact of different user behaviors. In order to make the system, the different model, clearer and simple, we have found some cases based on different level of application. So we can create a space in which to learn about and discuss the topic with experts and entities that have already made the transition to pay-as-you-throw. The different cases represent different contexts. As you can see, small cities or big cities, touristic or industrial areas, different countries, and so on. And in some there is it's applied the minimum model or best practice model. And in the last one, in this table, you can find the municipality of Montpellier, where we have the experimentation of the advanced model. But what is exactly this advanced model? It is a simple and effective method where each type of waste determines an impact with relevant environmental and economic advantages. So that means that a progressive improvement in citizens' behavior and development of an increasing green civic sense, because each one could know the impact of his behavior. For example, in experimental period last year, in a small municipality, we have measured a certified, and it's important, certified, a reduction of 2,352 tons of CO2. That is not only a very good environmental result, but also give possible or economic returns by allowing municipality to obtain CO2 credits. We have seen in the previous relation that one ton of CO2 is valued at 25 euros per ton in ETS market. So it's very good result.
Gianluca, you have to wrap up, please.
Okay, we can see there's some graphs that shows also another results. So the variance between the fees between correct and incorrect behavior is wider in a model, advanced model, than in the other models, yellow line and blue line. And go fast. This is the two municipalities. The last things to say is we can see now here that in the two municipalities, Montpellier and Terre-Veresque municipality, for the two different models, pay-as-you-throw standard and pay-as-you-throw advanced, we can see that the gap between average reduction and average increase of the fee goes from 20 euros here and to 65 euros with pay-as-you-throw advanced model. And we arrive from also from 40 euros till versus 107 euros. So furthermore, we have another effect. It happens that about a quarter of users switch from an incentivized fee to a penalized fee and vice versa, thanks to the good behavior in the overall production of waste resulting by CO2 produced. So I believe that these are really important elements for the purposes of accounting fairness in order to reward the users who actually determine a lower impact. Okay, so I've concluded. So thank you. These are my contacts to keep in touch. Thank you.